One call we get is the gate will move one direction, but it won't move the other direction. Here's an example of this. Activate it to go closed. Activate it to go open. Just keeps going closed. Now it's stopped on the closed limit. If you activate it once it's on the limit of the direction that it will go, it just clicks and won't go the other way. The first thing you'd want to check is to make sure you have your limits in right. Should be yellow, red, black. Which in this case we do have yellow, red, black. Since we've confirmed that the limits are in right, that must mean one of the limit switches is not getting continuity to board. What we're going to do to confirm it's not the board, and it is the limit switch not getting continuity to board, is switch out the limit switches with jumpers. I already have a limit block jumped out. Jumped out means they are all three connected. I'm going to pull the limit block off. Replace it with the jumper. You want to move the gate to a halfway position and change the runtime. Change P1 to something very short because you're not going to have limit switches in this case, so you don't want it to run too far open and closed. I'm going to put this at 3 seconds. Okay, now we're testing the board to see that the board does actually work if the limits had continuity going to the board. Here we have it running the direction it wouldn't run in before, and it stops on the 3-second runtime. Run the other direction for 3 seconds, and it stops. So here we've confirmed if the board was getting continuity from the limit switches, everything would be working. The most common cause of the limit switch not getting continuity to the board is actually the wire in between the limit switch and the board. The limit switch in its natural state has closed continuity. So for it to not be providing continuity, it would have to be stuck in a triggered position, which is highly unlikely. So the first thing you should do is check the wire. A lot of times you want to check the pigtail. Make sure you or a gardener do not hit it with a weed whacker, something of that nature. Trace it all the way up. See if you can find any exposed wire. Here we've actually found that on the back of the pigtail there's some exposed wire here. Most likely that's where our split is. What we'll do is cut into the wire, make our repair, use shrink, and put it back together. We fixed the pigtail on the back. We did this by cutting open the wire, finding the break, and splicing it back together and using heat shrink. I'm going to show it runs both directions. That's the direction it wasn't running in before. Now it goes the other direction as well.